Hello everyone, welcome back to R.I.P today on my channel. I just realized my headphones sound is not working, so let me just change that. There we go. I'm like, why didn't I hear the sleigh bell? I've been listening for it every single time. I just haven't been saying anything about it. Well, it's Monday night, and I'm back to recording after a extremely long and busy weekend of Final Fantasy Magic. Magic the Gathering. Like, I couldn't bring myself to do anything Sunday. We actually went to the card store on Sunday. He did another tournament on Sunday as well. So my husband did two pre-release tournaments on Friday and Sunday. Saturday, we spent all day playing Magic with my brother. And today, even, we went back to the card store and traded some more Final Fantasy cards. We're trying to get, well, I am trying to get as many of the alternate arts as possible because I just love Final Fantasy. And I am having my husband make me a few decks as well, so. But I want the cool art in it, not the normal art. I actually did trade for quite a few today, so I was really excited. But I was so exhausted yesterday, like mentally drained because of it was just nonstop doing stuff since Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I didn't do anything Sunday night. I got on ARC for the first time since Thursday because Thursday another patch came out which broke the entire game, as always. So ARC was completely unplayable for all of Thursday because it was broken. They didn't fix it until Friday. Well, I couldn't play Friday. I had other things to do, so I didn't get to play at all until Sunday night. So I just played ARC Sunday night. And my husband took off today, didn't take off, called in sick. So I was a little bit confused when he went to bed. I was like, is today Sunday or is today Monday? He's like, it's Monday. Like, okay, I have to go record because I can't skip Monday. Like, I already skipped Sunday. And I don't want to be another repeat of last week. Anyway, so I am back. And for some reason, I thought that we were on the last episode of Toka. We're not. We're on the last chapter of Toka, right before the endings. So it's not going to take very long to finish Toka. I don't think Toka's endings even going to take very long. He only has 2. And those have been like 30 minutes. The 2 good endings have been like 30 minutes. And then we just heck on the bad endings on top of it. It gets a little bit longer, but I feel like I'm talking like 90 a minute. So let's just start playing, start reading. Before I knew it, school had wrapped up and my eagerly awaited date with Toka was set to begin. What date? I think I vaguely remember them talking about going somewhere. I don't even remember though. I hurried out of my classroom and quickly walked to the gate where I found Toka waiting for me in his human form. Oh yeah, she's like, he wants to wait for her by the school, and she's like, no. He's like, well, I want to do it anyway. If you're not ashamed to be seen with me, I'm going to wait by the school. I did forget where they were going though. In fact, I need to bring up his list altogether because I closed his stuff. Thanks for waiting.
こうして待ち合わせしているなんて夢のようです。
It seems he was excited from the get-go. Well, of course, we did make plans after all.
そうかもですけど、僕にとっては夢に見た瞬間です。憧れていたです。校門での待ち合わせ。
I totally misread the first time, but it's okay.
僕、この時のために全部仕事を終わらせてきたです。もうバッチリ楽しみます。
Did you hand out your burdens for today? Same. I'm hoping we can enjoy our day to the fullest too. Wait, they're going to her sister's store, I think. They laughed together and started to walk away from the building. Then Toka naturally took my hand. Oh. I remember he had held my hand like this before, but it felt different this time, making me tense up. I glanced at Toka, but he seemed his usual self. Am I the only one feeling this way? Toka's expression Toga expressed his love and affection for me daily. I always considered those feelings to be romantic, but the way he was acting so natural, I couldn't be sure anymore. What if his feelings are more familial? Oh no, what if that's what he means by love? What could I possibly do in that case? Stop, don't overthink this, just enjoy the day. As we swayed back and forth on the train, we were carried towards the city. We need to walk a bit more and then we'll reach the shop where my sister works.
知ってるです。あなたにくっついてきたことあるですから。
Oh, right. This was the first time that I'd gone out with Toka knowing he was there.
そうだ、クッキー食べたですよ。とっても美味しくて、幸せすぎて昇天するかと思ったです。
The sin to heaven. That good, huh? I think you're only saying that because I was the one who made them.
まあ、確かにそうかもですけど、美味しいのは本当なんです。あなたにとってお菓子作りは天職かも。と、あんまり言ったらあなたの負担になるですよね。違う道で考えたとき、戸惑わせちゃ
う。You don't need to worry so much. Besides, I had a lot of fun making them. My experience with different baking methods for various outcomes, I focused on making them visually appealing. It was fun. Next time I want to try making something other than just cookies.
本当に楽しそう。はあ、嬉しいな。こんなに生き生きとしたあなたが見られて。そうだ。前にあの喫茶店に行った時、アルバイトに誘われていなかったです。
I'm surprised you remember that. And yes, the owner offered me a job, but I turned it down.
きっとまだ間に合うですよ。だから近いうちに今度はあなたからオーナーさんに掛け合ってみるです。
That's a really good idea. Working at the cafe could teach me a lot about baking. You're right, I'll try to talking to them. As I talked with Toka about my plans for the future, I began to feel really excited. It's so nice to see someone so happy for me. It's like all these good things were happening directly to him. Time flew as I chatted with Toka and soon we arrived at my sister's shop. Wow, I just love my sister's style. She's so fashionable. Before entering the shop, I admired the display I assumed my sister had worked on.
姉上の思考は素晴らしいものがありますね。日々磨かれていっています。
In addition to watching over me, it seemed he also kept an eye on my sister.
お、来たね。いらっしゃい。この子って。
As soon as my sister saw Toka, her eyes widened and she cocked her head in confusion. This is the guy I mentioned in my text, Toka. We came here together today.
どこかで見たような。
Huh? What's she talking about? Curious as her reaction was, I continued with the introductions. Toka, this is my sister, Tsubasa.
あ、ごめんなさい。この子の姉の翼です。今日は来てくれてありがとうね。
はじめまして、翼さん。トーカと言います。今日はお邪魔します。翼さんが制作されたディスプレイ、素晴らしい出来で感心しました。とっても素敵ですね。
おお、それはどうもありがとうございます。で、トーカくんっていくつ
Toka's articulate compliment and introduction must have taken my sister by surprise. I know, right? I was a little bit surprised too. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen anyone address Toka by his name.
いくつに見えますか？
そうきたか。そうだな。12歳くらい
12. Toka seemed a bit disappointed by her guess.
やはり人間は見た目なんですかね。中身で勝負したくて丁寧に受け答えしたんですけど。
ああ、いや、そんなことないよ。見た目は12歳あたりだけど、中身はもっと年上に思えるから。
It wasn't often I saw my sister flustered and I couldn't help but laugh.
ちょっと笑ってないでフォローしろよな。
Sorry, it was just too amusing.
で、あんたから見てディスプレイはどうだった？
It's absolutely amazing, but I didn't expect anything less from you. I'm really glad I came to see it. Can I take a picture of it and send it to Mom later?
もちろん。その前にあんたの冬物を見立ててやらないとな。
わあ、ミサさんが着飾る姿を間近で見られるなんて嬉しいです。ワクワクする。
In person.
トウカくんはミサが大好きなんだ。もしかしてデートだったかな？
僕はデートのつもりです。彼女を愛してるですから。
Oh my goodness.
おっと、これは本気だね。それでミサはどうなのよ？
Forget about that. Can I just try on some clothes already?
お店の中を見てもいいですか？僕もミサさんに似合うもの選びたいです。
もちろん、好きに見てくれて大丈夫だよ。一緒にこの子を可愛くしちゃう。
Toka's face lit up with excitement as he began to explore the store. Oh my gosh, I really panicked back there. I wasn't expecting him to be so open about his feelings for me. I know, and they just dropped the whole issue about the age too.
ねえ、トウカくんだけどさ、いつ知り合ったの？
It was quite recently. Why do you ask? My sister watched Toka peruse the items in the shop and tilted her head and thought.
いやー、なんでもない。
Does she think that she knows him because she like senses his aura or presence or something? It seems familiar. I guess, I don't know. Oh, come on, you can't just leave it there. You have to tell me now.
あの子に見覚えがあるんだよね。今よりずっと昔、あんたが5歳の時だからありえないんだけど。
Oh, okay, I get it now. Toka mentioned something about seeing him before, but she wouldn't remember. Or he says, of course she wouldn't remember because she was too young. As I think he probably manifested in front of them at least once back when she was really little. And her sister is old enough to remember this. Wait a minute. The thought that I might have met Toka in my past suddenly struck me.
あんたを助けてくれた男の子にそっくりでさ。でも、あの頃の姿のままなんてありえないから、他人の空似だろうな。
Who saved you? Someone saved my life? I don't remember anything like that happening when I was 5.
ああ、あんた気を失ってたっぽいから覚えてないのかもね。
Wait, what is she talking about? I couldn't remember anything like that.
事故に遭いそうになったところを助けてくれたみたいな感じだったかな。私も子供だったからうろ覚えでさ。
An accident? My sister and I both turned our gazes towards Toka. What could have possibly happened? I'm sure she'll ask and find out. No playing dress up? Goodness, why not? After our chat, my sister dressed me up in some new outfits, and we also tried on some of the outfits Toka chose too. But during all of that, my mind was elsewhere. The whole time I tried to recall the memories from when I was 5 that my sister mentioned. I couldn't remember anything about the accident. For such a significant event, it felt odd that I couldn't recall anything about it. I mean, I don't remember things when I was 5 either. On the train on our way home, the train was still fairly empty, and we both were able to sit down.
ミサさんってば。
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
僕が選んだお洋服の話ですけど、どうしたんですか？お店にいる時から様子がおかしいです。
I want to ask him about the event, but I wonder if he'll tell me. When I asked him last night, he just gave me a troubled laugh and didn't answer. But if I miss this chance, I might never get to ask him again. Toka, there's something I need to know about when I was around 5 years old. As soon as I said that, Toka's expression changed.
どうしてそのことを知って？
So, something did happen.
あ、
Toka seemed to panic, searching for words, but I persisted. My sister had mentioned it earlier. She said a boy saved me when I was about 5.
そっか。姉上が。
Toka took a long, resigned sigh and turned to gaze out the window.
言わないでおこうと思ったです。これを聞けば、あなたは気に病むから。
He glanced at me.
あなたは5歳の頃、一度死にかけているんです。
What? I was at a total loss for words. There was very nearly a terrible accident, right? My sister mentioned something about it. Toka shook his head, empathetically denying it.
あなたは死神に魂を狙われていました。
God of death? What's that? The god whose job is to hunt mortal souls as purpose is unknown. Oh my goodness. The god of death? Had someone told me this weeks ago, I wouldn't have believed them, but now, given all that I've seen and experienced, I believed him without a second thought. Please tell me more. What exactly happened to me that day? Toka nodded silently, then slowly began to recount the events of that day. We get 2 story times with Toka. He said, on that day, like any other, I came to visit you.
今日のあの子は元気かな。まだ泣いてないといいけど。
Back then, visiting you had become part of my routine. I saw you nearly every day. It was something I always looked forward to. And that day, I found you, like you always were, playing happily in the park. But there was something unusual. I noticed a presence that wasn't yours, a dark shadow lurking nearby. It was carrying a large scythe, the god of death, in pursuit of the human soul. So the Grim Reaper. Without a moment's hesitation, I confronted the god.
あの子に何用か。
おお、これは天狗が話しかけてくるとは驚いた。しかも要件が人間のこととは。
あの子は私が面倒を見ている人間。付きまとっている理由を話せ。
理由など分かっておろう。魂を狩る以外、私に何ができようか。
I was at a loss for words, filled with despair at the thought of your life coming to an end there. But I couldn't bear the thought of you dying. Selfish as though it was, I simply couldn't bear to lose you, Misa.
同じ神ではあるが手出し無用。これは私の仕事。
待て!
You wouldn't listen. The god of death swung his scythe and ensnared your soul. In that instant, you collapsed, losing consciousness on the very spot.
あなたの記憶がないのは、魂を一時的に抜かれたことへの反動。僕はすぐにあなたの魂を戻すよう、死神に頼み込みました。
So the reason I came back to my body was because you negotiated for me?
はい。あの時点では、体から切り離されてはいませんでしたから、間に合ったんです。
But for Tsubasa to see him, he had to have manifested, right? So when did that happen? And also, she said he looks the same. I was assuming since he had a deeper voice, he was in a different form, but I guess he had the child form back then, even with the deep voice. I don't know.
でも、魂を戻してもしばらくは気を失った状態だったので、僕が人に化けてお家に運びました。
Okay, well, that answers one of my questions. Okay, so I guess both of my questions, actually. He transformed into a little boy and carried her back. I can't believe it. Toka saved my life. So I guess that's where Tsubasa saw him because... wait. Why is a 5-year-old playing in the park alone? I don't understand that. It just dawned on me. Like, I would never let my 5-year-old play in the park alone. 5? That's way too young. Toka saved my life. How could I possibly thank him? I don't know what to say. I'm surprised the Grim Reaper let you have her soul back. Like, how did you negotiate with him? He must have struck up a huge deal. Anyway, simply saying thank you to him felt so inadequate. My hands pressed firmly down on my lap, tightly gripping my knees.
感謝されたいわけじゃないから何もいらないんです。言ったでしょ、僕のわがままって。
I wonder if it costed him anything though, to bargain with death. I don't know.
ただただ死んでほしくなかった。あなたは僕の心の拠り所だったから。
He says that, but without Toka, I wouldn't be here now. Okay, well, this is a save file. It's going to take us down the different routes, so we're going to save it. Different routes. It's going to take us down the different endings. Okay, we're going to say, let me pay you back. I still want to find a way to repay you. I just can't sit here and do nothing.
あなたも頑固者でしたね。それでは何を返してくれますか？
At least he's not insisting that she does it. At least he's like, okay, fine, what do you want to do? I can't think of anything right away. So please stay by my side until I figure it out. Aww. The words that sounded selfish, but I truly meant them. Sorry, forget I said that. I was just being selfish. I'll do my best to think of something soon, especially while I can still see you. Suddenly, Toka grasped my hand.
いるです。ずっとあなたのそばにいるです。
Oh.
そういうことなら、僕、あなたに何か返してほしいです。絶対に返してください。
Make sure you do it. Do what?
お返しがもらえるまで、僕はあなたのそばにずっといます。約束です。
Oh, okay. Toka caught my pinky with his and half forced a pinky swear on me.
指切り玄満、嘘ついたら神様の言う通り。指切った。
He swayed our pinkies back and forth and released his grip. Pretty sure that's not the words to the pinky promise song. I know, do as the god says.
どう転んでもミサさんは僕との約束を守らないとダメなんです。
He declared this so proudly, chest so inflated I couldn't help but burst into laughter. You sure take pinky promises seriously, Toka.
そうです。でもあなたのお返しは永遠にもらいたくないです。
Repay you forever, huh? Why do you say that?
だってずーっとそばにいたいから。あなたが亡くなった後は僕も神の座を降りて共に天で暮らしたい。
Aw, that's such a sweet sentiment. That means, in a way, we'll be together forever. To be with Toka forever. My heart is gravitating towards Toka. I had to admit I was beginning to fall for him. What should I do? How could I fall for a god? Whoa, now's not the time to be swept away by my feelings for him. Besides, something from our early conversation caught my attention. About when you talked with that god of death, do you have to give up something? I know, right? I know he has to give up something. He just bargained with death. I mean, you said you negotiated with him. Normally that means giving up something in return, right? If you think about it from the god of death's perspective, you were interfering with his work.
鋭いですね。でも心配には及びません。
That's my burden and not for you to find out.
神同士で話はついているので、あなたが気にするところではないです。
Oh yeah, merely a discussion. That's so. She doesn't believe him either. I wasn't convinced by his response. I feel like he's holding something back. If my soul was indeed taken by the god of death, even temporarily, the story suddenly seemed overly simple. No, not just simple. I feel like he's covering something up. Before you explained all of this, Toka, you said I would feel bad and hesitate to tell me, right? Yes, I want to find a way to thank you, but nothing here should make me feel bad, right? The only reason I feel bad was Something happened to Toka.
はあ、僕としたことが失言でした。
You are stuck, sir. You must tell her. Oh. I was wondering where his bruise was or whatever, but that Toka gestured toward his left leg.
死神と少しだけやり合って、鎌で足を傷つけられたんです。それがこのあざです。
A confrontation, so it's more than just a simple chat. What? And it's still there?
そんな顔しないでください。このあざは愛する人を守れた証。そして今の話は僕の武勇伝なんです。
He said negotiated, but it seems like he duked it out with the god of death.
僕はこのあざをあなたとのつながりだと思っています。大切なものなんです。
Despite my feeling guilty, seeing his large smile, I knew it was wrong for me to show that guilt to him. If I apologize now, I might turn that mark of valor into something he feels bad about. I crouched down over to gently touch the scar on his leg. It's red, and the pattern, it almost looks like a flower. I got back up and my smile met his.
僕も同じように思いました。
Then after the train arrived at Narimigahama Station, I was disappointed that our date was over. As I stepped into the familiar town, I sighed softly. I was surprised to hear that Tsubasa remembered my face. Heading to Tsubasa's store seemed fine at first, but perhaps I slipped up. I hadn't wanted to talk about what happened back then. Yet managing to deflect her questions seemed to work out alright. Still, if Misa finds out the truth, she'll be rather upset. Oh. Did you lie about the scar too? In addition, knowing the god of death's true intentions might frighten her. Okay, do you mind if we head straight home?
もちろんです。あまり遅くなれば母上に心配をかけてしまいます。
I'm glad you understand, thank you. Well, shall we head back? As Misa began to walk, I instinctively took her hand. When I tightened my grip, astonishingly, she tightened hers as well. I glanced over at her, noticing her cheeks were flushed. No, that can't be. I had always assumed my feelings were one-sided, that my love would forever be unrequited. But what if Misa is also starting to have feelings for me? My heart raced with uncertainty. This was a feeling I've never known before. If she feels the same way I do, I would be willing to throw everything away, even my role as a god. Because since that moment, she had been my everything. Aww. I'm noticing what the godly end is titled. Perhaps he does throw it away. When we arrived at the station, the town was bathed in the golden glow of evening, but as we walked, night fell. Holding hands felt like the most natural thing. Why do I feel like we can only do this for a little longer? With that thought in mind, I found myself not wanting to let go of him and wishing that the distance home was further than it was.
ミサさん、今のうちに伝えておきたいことがあります。
Hearing that, my heart jumped. You mean because the day I won't be able to see you is near?
知っていたんですか？あ、ゆきまろさんあたりから聞いたとか。
I knew it. Yes, he said the power of the priest's exorcism is fading.
おそらく、明日にはもう見えなくなっているでしょう。
Tomorrow? Tomorrow? That's so soon. Toka stopped and faced me directly.
まだあなたの進路は確定していません。ですが、もう大丈夫。ミサさんは立派に成長されましたから。神である僕が、ずっとあなたを見てきた僕が言うんだから間違いないです。
He spoke with confidence. I smiled in response, yet I found myself at a loss for words. I knew if I said anything, I would start crying. I was touched by his words, but also deeply saddened by our impending farewell, My emotions were in utter disarray. Toka had taught me so much, and through our time together, so many new feelings had been born within me.
ミサさん、忘れないで。僕が見えなくなっても、僕を感じることができなくなっても、変わらず、僕はあなたのそばにいる。これは永遠に不変です。
Yes. As I replied, the emotions I had tried to restrain burst forth. He tenderly wiped away my tears, maintaining a comforting smile throughout. His gentle, reassuring smile. That's all the time they're going to spend together out there? No. Toka reverted to his original form in front of the house and entered with me. He seemed to do this so we could spend the rest of the day together. Even during dinner with my family, he stayed close, allowing me to sense his presence. After returning to my bedroom,
姉上のお店、我も行きたかったのだ。
お前の目的はその町にある甘いもんだろ。なんて言ったか。
クレープとかパンケーキです。でも、僕たちそういうのは何も食べてきてないですよ。
それはもったいない。何のために行ったのだ？
what did you even go for? To visit Sister's store, of course. Gosh, Yukimura, all you ever talk or care about is food. Even though the conversations played out as they always did, knowing this could be our last night made it feel special. If only we could stay like this, all together forever. I found myself wishing for this impossible dream.
ああ、ごめんなさい。少し出かけてきます。一族の定例会をすっかり忘れてたです。
I see. May I ask when you'll be back?
あなたが眠る前には戻るです。だから、待っていてくれると嬉しいです。
Yay. I'll definitely wait for you. With those words, Toka left the room. Why tonight of all nights?
トーカ殿は高貴な位ゆえ大変だのう。あのような姿では肩身が狭いだろうに。
In that form? Do you mean his child form? What does he mean by in that form?
なんだ、あの姿に何かあるのか？
What Kohara will ask for you. Kohara voiced what I had in mind, and we both looked at Yukimura for an explanation.
我の見たところ、高貴な位の神としては力が足りておらぬ。その証拠に、わらべの姿でおるだろう。本来、神がわらべの姿というのはありえないのだ。まあ、例外もあるにはあるが、天狗はそれに含まれぬ。
ってことは、トーカは何かあって力を失ったってことか。
I'm pretty sure in a perspective of Toka, he said that he chose that form. I'm pretty sure. If it was a lie, why would it be said during his perspective where he's like basically talking to himself? Maybe he was talking to Yukimura, I don't remember.
そういうことだろうな。わらべの姿になるくらい大きな出来事があったのだろう。
Something with the god of death happened. A shiver ran through me. Something significant.
死神と少しだけやり合って、鎌で足を傷つけられたんです。それがこのあざです。
Can I ask something? As I spoke, their intention immediately turned toward me. My worried look must have been evident as they both looked at me with concerned eyes. What happens if the god of death is prevented from taking a human soul?
死神ってどういうことだ？何のことを言ってる？
I know, you can't just bring up the god of death casually in a conversation. Since it's involved Toka's past, I was hesitant to share it with them.
主様、ゆっくりでいい。話してくれ。そうすれば、我らが力になれる。
Ohara nodded in agreement, and I proceeded to tell them about Toka's past. After I finished recounting everything, Yukimura and Kohara furrowed their brows deep in thought. In the silence, I waited patiently for them to respond. Yukimura was the first to break the silence.
我は死神には詳しくなくてな。どうして主様の魂を狙ったのかわからぬのだ。
それもあるが、それよりも頼み込んでどうなるもんじゃないだろう。死神に仕事を辞めさせたんだぞ。
それと同じくやり合ったところで死神が潔く身を引くとは考えられぬ。
Then how did Toka protect my soul?
主様の魂を狩らないのと引き換えに力を分け与えたのかもしれん。死神が納得するくらいの強大な力をな。
What? So you think the thing he said about a fight was all a lie?
そういうことになるだろう。
No. Then perhaps the mark on his leg was from when he gave the god of death some of his power, and that's why he appeared as a child. Speaking of which, has Toka always been in that form of a kid? Does he grow up like humans do?
かつてはこういう時もありました。
What? You mean God started as adults?
僕がこうなることを望んだです。だからとても気に入ってるです。
Okay, so I guess he said it to her, not in his perspective. How selfish of me. I have to find that god of death. I have to ask him to give Toka his power back. Why would you do that? You can't go confront the god of death. He's gonna kill you again. Please, there must be some way, right? A way for me to meet the god of death.
落ち着くのだ。我らが力になると言ったであろう。
I know, geez, you can't just go rush up to the Grim Reaper and say, hello, mister, can you give my god friend their power back? Then...
一つ約束しろ。自分の命を差し出すような真似はしないと。
Oh, hesitating, I look down.
主様を慕うトーカ殿の気持ちを考えてほしい。主様が命を落とせば、トーカ殿はどうなる？
I know, if you go and offer up your life after he saved it, can you imagine how he would feel? That would be very rude. He'd be devastated. Reflecting on why he saved my life, I should have understood better. I looked up resolutely at them. I won't offer to trade my life, I promise.
それじゃ合わせてやろう。お前をたたるっていう名目でなら可能だ。とはいえ、ここだとトーカが帰ってきちまうが。
Before Toka returns, huh? Like, he's gonna return before she goes to bed. You don't have very much time. Thank you so much. If Toka finds out, he'll no doubt try to stop me. Come on, let's talk more outside. We nodded at each other and then headed outside. They go over to they completely leave and go to the park. The two transformed into their mortal forms, thinking it risky for me to be seen alone at night. We then headed to a nearby park. Upon reaching the grassy area, Kohara reverted to his spirit form.
ここでやるぞ。いいか。死神を前にしてもひるむな。毅然とした態度でいろ。舐められるなよ。
Okay, understood.
主様に危害が及ぶことは決してない。我らが主様を守るゆえ、安心してくれ。
I'm so grateful and sorry for the trouble, you guys. Thank you both.
それじゃあ、開始する。
With that, Kohara placed his hand around my stomach.
一度はお前の魂を引っ張り出したんだ。ここに死神の痕跡が残っているはず。
A soft glow emanated from my stomach, causing my body to shudder momentarily. Yumara tenderly grasped my hand. Then he gave me a reassuring smile, which soothed my quickly beating heart. Simultaneously, I felt a surge of bravery. It's okay, I have two people here whom I trust completely. I'll be okay. Plus, my feelings for Toka are what drove me here. The light from my stomach shone so brightly it nearly blinded me. Oh my goodness. As the glow dimmed, a figure in a black robe wielding a large scythe materialized before me. The god of death. His face was obscured by the shadow of his hood, making it impossible to discern his features. All I could see was the area around his mouth.
なんということか。この私を呼び出したのが人間の小娘とは。
From below the shadow, a sharp, glowing gaze reached out at me, causing me to falter. Glowing gaze? Did I read that right? Gaze, okay. But then Yukimura squeezed my hand and I felt my courage return. I summoned you because I wished to speak with you.
ほう、主の魂の光。これは懐かしい。天狗に守られた少女ではないか。
Tengu, he means Toka.
あやかしを刺激しているとは、なんとも面白い人生を歩んでおいでか。神に見入られただけのことはある。
They're not working for me, they're my friends.
主様。
As Yukimura spoke softly, Kohara couldn't help but laugh. Then Kohara turned his attention to the god of death.
あの日の出来事を覚えているなら話は早い。あなた様は天狗から何を奪ったのですか？
力だ。それ以外、私を引き下がらせるものはなかったゆえ。
I knew it. Can you please return that power to him? My life? No, I'll offer anything but my soul. Please. As I bowed deeply, an amused voice reached my ears.
娘、顔を上げよ。
Following his instruction, I slowly looked up.
聞くが、主はこれまでの人生において悪夢を見られたか？
Huh? Nightmares.
その反応はないと見える。そうかそうか。天狗は主をよく守っておいでだ。
He's protected you from Minami. Puzzled by his words, I could only respond with a confused look.
死神様、何を申しておられるのか意図がわかりませぬ。それに、彼女の魂を狙ったのは何故ですか？
なるほど。神であったにもかかわらず、私の仕事は知らないと。
存じておらず申し訳ない限りでございます。
Wait, Yukimura was a god. Yep. Ignoring my confusion, the god of death continued.
私の仕事は、皆が知るところ人間の魂を狩ることにある。だが、いたずらにそうしているわけではない。悪魔に見入られた魂を救済するため、私が対象者の魂を借り、天上へと送っておる。
So, it's not random, and he's not killing people. As the god of death, that's kind of strange, actually. he's saving humans to give them passage to heaven? Demons?
悪魔を否定するか。あやかしや神と触れ合っている主であるぞ。
Minami has been targeting you since you were 5. True. Can't believe demons are real too. It feels like something out of the movie or a book, but it's all true.
なるほど。死神といえど神には変わりない。悪魔とは相反する存在。人々の魂を悪魔から守っておられるのですな。
You know, I don't know if it's actually translating as the god of death from Japanese because I don't recognize any of the words, but you would think that a god of death would not protect humans. You would think it'd be a god of something else. I mean, death means death. It means to die. But not killing them to protect. I don't know, whatever. I guess I'm overthinking it. As the god of death nodded in affirmation, Kohara interjected.
ってことは、彼女は悪魔に見入られていたと。
I gasped. Right, given his explanation, that seemed quite plausible.
さよう。悪魔に魂を食われれば、主はあれの腹の中で永遠に苦しむ。そうなる前に我が救うはずであった。
My goal. The god of death hunts mortal souls to save those that attracted the attention of devils. If your soul is eaten by a devil, you suffer eternally. Eternal suffering. The very thought sent shivers down my spine.
今も主の魂を狙っておるぞ。あれもしつこい。よほど主の魂が必要なのだろ
The dark one. Are they referring to Manami, or is Manami actually working for a higher demon that was never mentioned in his group? Because Manami was just Manami, and he had a human soul trapped inside of him that gave him a conscience, pretty much. What? Even now? Then why haven't you taken my soul yet?
う。あの天狗と約束をしたのでな。
The god of death looked away. He gazed up the playground at Beachfront Park.
ちょうどこの公園の中であった。
Is it story time with the god of death? It is. So many story times. I know not of what the Tengu told you, but know now the truth of that day. I wish it was voice acted. I had gripped your soul with the scythe, drawing it forth, poised to sever it from your body. The Tengu fell to his knees before me.
どうか鎌を収めてくれ。この通りだ。
主がそうまでするのは、この娘に情があるということか？ならばなおさらこのまま仕事を遂行した方が良いとわからないわけではあるまい。この娘が生きながらえても悪魔に魂を奪われかねん。奪われれば永遠の苦しみが待っておるのだぞ。
私が彼女を守る。約束する。
口約束など信用ならん。主が信頼に足るものかもわからぬ。諦めろ。
ならば私の力を渡そう。神にとって力は全て。それを渡すというのだ。これ以上のものはなかろ
う。バカを言うでない。力なき後、どうして娘を守れようか。
I'm going to possess her.
それは。
He had no plans besides offering something of value to me. As soon as I pointed out the flaw of his logic, he stumbled. And yet, the fire in his eyes never faded. Is he serious? I wonder. I viewed him as nothing more than a fool, and yet I trusted him.
よかろう。この娘を守れるほどの力は残してやろ
う。いいのか？
どうやら私は主の心意気に惚れてしまったらしい。仕事を他に任せるのは初めてのこと。良いか、必ずやこの娘を悪魔から守るのだぞ。この娘の心が強く成長するまで。そうだな。娘が17を迎える時までにしよう。その頃になれば己で悪魔に立ち向かえよう。まあ、立ち向かえずに魂が食われればそれは主の責任。私は知らぬ。
心から感謝する。17になるまでに彼女の心を強きものにしてみせよう。そして私がそばで守ると約束する。
Is that why you became his favorite and he gave you burden after burden to make you strong?
教示を与える天狗の神が人の子を救うため力を差し出すとはな。見たところ高貴な位だと見受ける。
一族につまはじきにされようと構わん。彼女がいなければ
神であることも諦めていた身。今彼女を守れるのなら、一族から冷ややかな目を向けられようと耐えられる。
だが彼女の人生はこれから騒がしくなるぞ。見たところ生き地獄を味わうことになるやもしれん。
そうなれば神隠しを行うまで、彼女ならきっと乗り越えて成長する。そして生き地獄をも跳ねのけるだろう。
神隠しにあった先で死んだらどうする？
In several routes she actually has.
この世で地獄を味わうのならどうなろうとも同じ。それに彼女がそうなったならば、私も彼女と同じ運命をたどろう。
This Tengu is mad. Yeah, I suppose I can understand.
だがそうならないためにも、私は彼女に矜持を与え続ける。この先に待ち受けているものを乗り越え、輝かしい未来を迎えさせるために。
人生を変えさせようとするとは傲慢な神よの。では力をもらうとしよう。覚悟は良いか、神様。
When the god of death finished, he turned his gaze towards me.
して娘、主は悪魔に屈しない強き心を持ち合わせておいでか。悪魔は主が思い描くよりも恐ろしいものであるぞ。容易に払うことはできまいて。
Is he though? I don't know if he is. Sorry, Manami, you're not that scary. I've faced many challenges that Toka has thrown at me, and I've grown stronger. I'm ready. I spoke with certainty, and the pale mouth beneath the hood smiled.
私の見解は違うのだがな。
What?
主は強き心を持ち合わせていないと見ておる。今も天狗がそばにおるのだからな。
Well, you may be right about that, but now I see his presence means more. Toka is by my side because his love for me is boundless. Suddenly, silence enveloped us. Everyone froze.
お前、それは確かにそうなのか。
小春、まだ分かっておらぬのか。トーカ殿は
ミサさんのストーカーです。
I miss a stalker. I knew he was gonna show up. They can't just stay out here this long and he's just not gonna show up. I miss a stalker. I turned to see Toka floating as he normally did, a large smile on his face.
もう僕に内緒でこんなことして、家に帰っても誰もいないし心配したんですよ。
Toka, acting like his usual self, approached. I, on the other hand, felt ready to faint with shock. Oh, I'm sorry.
こんな危ないことさせるくらいなら正直に話せばよかったです。僕もごめんなさい。
そうであるぞ。トーカ殿が主様にぶっちゃけておけば、死神に会う前に止められただろうに。
いつもだらしのない雪室さんに叱られる日が来るなんて、とっても情けないです。
だらしないとは聞き捨てならん。
おい、抑えろって。俺たちは先に帰るぞ。あとは10日に任せるのがいい。
はい、後のことは大丈夫です。雪丸さん、小春さん、ありがとうございました。
Yes, truly, thank you both. I'll express my gratitude properly once we're home.
そういうことなら帰りに甘いものでも買ってきてくれ。待っておるぞ。
That's a Yukimaru. A tummy yummy, huh? With that, Yukimura and Kohara departed. Toka approached the god of death, standing firm.
久方ぶりだな。私は約束を守り通したぞ。
確かにそうらしい。今後は娘が悪魔に打ち勝つほどの強き心があるのか見せてもらおう。
It is. I'll show you.
良い返事。では、望み通り天狗に力を返そう。
Oh, you're going to give him the power back. I wonder if he feels sorry about the whole situation. I don't know. I can't see him willingly giving back power though. I mean, she's almost 17, right? She's probably 16, right? 15? Yeah, there's really no reason for him to give the power back. So I think he's just doing it out of pity. Oh?
いいのか。
娘が今日まで生きながらえ、この死神に立ち向かうほどの強き心へと成長させた。それは、主が約束を守ったことに他ならない。
The god of death gently moved his scythe towards Toka's marked leg, halting just above it.
この力、私には不要なもの。今、返そう。
The glow emerged from the scythe, expanding until it enveloped both of us in a brilliant light. He's gonna have a much older form now. As the light dimmed, the god of death vanished, and Toka, the figure before me, was taller than me, yet he bore a resemblance to someone I knew, someone who'd been with me all along. Oh? Toka? I called out to him, and he turned around. What does he look like? Oh my goodness. Wow, he looks so handsome. Not gonna lie.
やっとあなたを抱きしめられた。
You could just feel the resonance of those words because he's big enough to hold her now. He's not small anymore. It's so beautiful. Okay, is that really you?
そうですよ。変わりすぎて驚きましたか？
Oh, yeah, that's quite a bit. I love the guys with the long hair. I wish he could have been in this for the whole... Oh, he had long hair in his other form, but I wish he could have been in this form. It's actually funny. His hair looks smaller on his head now, now that he's bigger. His voice was deeper, he was taller, and I was unable to hide my surprise. Yet gazing into his eyes, I recognized him. A wave of relief washed over me.
この姿に戻ることはもう諦めていました。というより、あの姿も気に入っていたのです。あれはあなたを守った名誉ある姿だったから。
Your appearance doesn't matter to me. As long as you're Toka, that's all I care about.
それなら嬉しいな。それにこの姿なら、あなたは私を男性と意識してくれるかもしれない。
I felt slightly offended by his assumption. I've always seen you as attractive, as I love you. I'm sorry, I know we're going to have to say goodbye tomorrow.
今の思いを聞いて、あなたを一人にするとでも？
Now that you've told me, you're mine. This reminds me of Abel from Battlefield Waltz. Once he knew that she liked him, it's all over. Not let anyone else have you. You're mine. Huh?
あなたへ愛情の言葉を送っていたのは、伝える機会はこれが最後と思ってのこと。以前にも言いましたが、あなたからの愛は求めていませんでした。いえ、正確には求めていましたが。
So, which is it?
葛藤していたのです。だって、あなたの愛が欲しいなんて大それたこと言えませんから。でも、もし、 あなたが私に答えてくれたら、
If I ever found out, you're never getting rid of me.
その時は絶対に話さない。そう決めています。
What does that mean?
あなたと同じ時を過ごすということです。
I still didn't understand what he meant, yet just as I was about to press for more answers,
ねえ、ミサさん。私はあなたを愛しています。同じくらいの愛情を私に返せますか？
I already knew the answer. I guess I can't say my feelings are exactly the same as yours, Toka, but I'm sure in the future they will be.
楽しみに待っています。ずっとあなたの隣で。
Yay, the CG changes. I was hoping. It's so cute. As his lips met mine, I closed my eyes, embracing the moment. During our kiss, Toka's words and my future flooded my mind. He would remain by my side. Tomorrow he may see me, but I would no longer be able to see him. We couldn't feel each other like this. Desiring to hold on to this feeling for as long as possible, I focused on the warmth of his lips. Though our hearts were one, our farewell was imminent. Despite the sadness, the return of Toka's powers brought me great joy. Truly a happy ending for us both. Oh, I love it so much. I love the colors of the whole scene, and I love Toka.
まとわりつくしがらみも時間が経てば薄まってゆくと麗しい日々にしがみついて一秒でも長く触れさせて孤独や虚しさも丸めて捨ててあげる眩しいほどに光を放ち静かなほどに悲しくて崩れそうなくらい愛しくて溺れてく私は水強な個体昨日の夜の眩しい景色がモノクロのフィルムになる前に何も生まれない争いもきっと何にでも意味はあるから
Well, the problem with using that clip as a CG is that you guys are going to know what he looks like before the very end. And I kind of liked the suspense for me. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is he going to look like? He's been talking about this other form, and what is he going to look like? But that's the only CG I have. So I don't not want to use it. At the same time, it feels like a huge spoiler, and I don't know. I'm probably going to use it because it's a beautiful image. It helps attract people and attention to the video, and people want to go and watch it. But yeah, it just feels like a huge spoiler. I mean, essentially, all CGs are spoilers anyway, but in this, it feels even more impactful because we don't know what he looks like throughout the entire route until this very end. Whatever, it's fine. I liked it. I was thinking back as the credits rolled and all the individual shots that they showed us. And I'm thinking he has like this really diverse personality. And some of the images, like I can't see him doing that if he was in his adult form, like in the photo booth. I mean, maybe I could. He could have like this Yukimaru personality side to him, and I don't know. I think if he was an adult in his adult form this whole time, he would be like the not the comic relief, but the one who can always like diffuse a situation with his goofiness or his bubbly character or something like that. But it just some of them, I'm like picturing him doing it in his other form, and it's just like it doesn't fit. That's probably because he's been his child form the whole entire time, so it's hard to all of a sudden insert a new form into all of his character behaviors or whatever. But anyway, it's right at, I say right at, but it's close to an hour as all the other ones. I thought it was going to go longer just because they added the whole confrontation with the Grim Reaper at the end of it. I'm like, whoa, we're having a whole confrontation before Toka even gets back? Like, how much time is this going to add to the game? The answer was not that long. So I was so surprised the God of Death gave him back his powers, though. He's like, you know what? You did a good job. I'm going to allow you to stay by her side however you choose from here on out with all the powers that you have. I must say, though, I wish he could have been in that form the whole time. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I have a weakness for guys with long hair. So in Battlefield Waltz, it's Lustin right now. I mean, he's also like the prince slash playboy, I guess, as for lack of better terms. But he has the long hair too. So, well, anyway, if you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.